So round 6 of Super Rugby, the Dream Team. This is take 2 because although I got it ready yesterday and I was going to upload it at work where the internet's a lot faster, managed to delete the damn file by accident. So sorry guys, this is a day late, or at least half a day late. Probably a day late by the time it gets uploaded from home, but we'll see how we go. Starting with the props. Wilco Low from the Stormers. He scored a try. He had 4 runs, 5 meters. Scrum for the Stormers looked good on the weekend. And he made 11 out of 11 tackles. So he was a big part of that Stormers win against the Reds team who's been scrummaging really well. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with the work he did. I should note as I go through these guys, most of them scored tries. I keep saying I'm a sucker for tries, and it's true. There were a few high-scoring games in this round, so there were a lot of guys who scored tries. And some guys I would compare, like guy A would have really good stats, and guy B would be almost the same, maybe a little bit less, but scored a try. I went with the try scorer. Right, the next one is Chaparro from the Jaguares. Scrum probably not quite as sturdy as what we saw from the Stormers in their game against the Reds, but the Lions have got a pretty strong scrum, so you know, not too bad, but nothing outstanding in that department, but still 4 runs, 5 meters again, so both of the props are very prop-like in terms of their ball running, but 16 out of 16 tackles. Now the most that any player tackled in this week just gone was 16 tackles. There was multiple guys who got that, but one of them was Chaparro, and for a prop, I think that's pretty good. That shows a pretty good engine. For hooker, I really tried to find somebody else. I looked and looked, scoured the stats, tried to find somebody, but even off the bench, no one could match the performance of Malcolm Marx. 2 tries. He got 5 runs at 15 meters. He made 8 successful line-out throws, 8 out of 8 tackles, and secured a turnover, you know, kind of on the ground. He's just a really hard guy to move. He's just a monster of a man. So, yeah, we'll see if anyone can dislodge him for the rest of the season, because his performances are really just next level thus far. Next, in the locks, another Lions player. I've gone for Marvin Orie. He also scored a try, a real kind of forwards try where it's a bunch of guys get up off the ground after kind of one of them's gone over the chalk, and you just have to wait to see who the last one gets up to see who's the try scorer. He also had 9 runs, 16 meters, 9 line-out takes, and 16 out of 16 tackles. So just like Chaparro, he was one of the top guys for tackling this weekend. So big effort from Marvin Orie. He wasn't really a first choice lock for the Lions at the start of the season, but he's been filling in there pretty well with Mostert sometimes shifting into the back row. Other lock, I went with Tyler Ardron. Now Ardron kind of comes with a bit of a caveat because he did give away 3 penalties, and I usually look at the penalty count or like handling errors or yellow card, that kind of thing, to balance out any good stats. So if someone had a really good game but got a yellow card and gave away a penalty and knocked it on a lot or whatever, a combination of anything, I maybe discount them. So he did have 3 penalties, which was more than we'd like to see, but he did score a try. He beat 3 defenders, made 8 out of 9 tackles, but ran 124 meters with the ball. 124 meters for a second rower is just ridiculous kind of numbers. So big effort from him. I know he's normally a loose forward, but was playing lock this week, so he's maybe more like used to running with the ball. But it was just really good to see him in flight. Probably should have passed one of those times when he was away. Held on to the ball a bit long, but still a really outstanding performance. All right, we'll see if he keeps getting the nod when they're up against sterner opposition or not. Next, and another Jaguares player, I've gone for Pablo Matera. So he's been having a really good season. He got a try assist, so he's one of the few guys in this lineup who didn't get a try. 14 runs, 77 metres, which, in a lot of weeks for forwards would probably top the numbers, but he's not even second in forwards for run metres this week. 4 defenders beaten, 16 out of 18 tackles, so another guy who made a ton of tackles secured a turnover. Just a really good performance. Sorry about that. He's just having a really good season so far. Another Jaguares player at number 8, or just in the back row, I'm not really particular for this. So Javier Ortega-Decio, another man who got 2 tries this week. There were multiple guys who got 2 tries. 81 run meters. The run meters are just crazy. 3 line-out takes, 5 out of 9 tackles is not great, but 2 tries, 81 run meters. It's pretty good. Beat 3 defenders, so good effort from him. Next, Caleb Timu from the Reds. He's really impressing. Even Michael Cheika said it in a press conference the other day that he's kind of been one of the standouts from the Aussies this season. So 1 try, 10 runs, 75 metres. Look at all these guys getting 50 plus metres. 13 out of 14 tackles, 1 line-out take, 1 line break. Big effort, man. Like really solid looking effort from all these guys, and the game just gone, and the week just gone. Move on to the backs. Tahuri Orangi from the Chiefs challenged my ability to get all those letters onto one magnet, but I managed it. Good game from the young scrum half. He's still very young. I think it was his first start, at least for this season, for the Chiefs. 3 try assists, 52 passes, more than 50 run meters, 2 out of 3 tackles. But yeah, he's for a young guy in a game which probably didn't have as much pressure as it might have. But still, he didn't let the team down, and he was good for the minutes that he played. So yep, good effort from him. Another young guy who is an experienced guy, Damien McKenzie, gets the nod at 10. So 2 tries, 74 run meters, 8 out of 9 conversions, 3 line breaks, 5 out of 7 tackles. Like, if he's putting his hand up to play at 10 for the All Blacks, it's a good start. We kind of have to take into account that it was against the Sunwolves. Interesting that he got the nod against the Sunwolves instead of Tian Falcon. Because Falcon's kind of the young and experienced guy that you thought might want to be pushed against some easier teams. Although, Falcon's played a couple of games already, so maybe they're just giving him a rest. We'll see. Anyway, D-Mac had a good game, as he's like to do. In the midfield, so Batista Escura from the Jaguares. He scored a try in which he busted off like 3 or 4 defenders. It was a really powerful run from a guy who doesn't look like he should have that kind of strength. 13 out of 13 tackles, which is more than any back player made this week just gone. So yeah, just a really impressive all-round performance from him, staking a claim for a regular spot with the Jaguares. Other midfielder, I've gone with Jack Goodhue from the Crusaders. 2 tries, beat 4 defenders, 10 out of 11 tackles. And if you've seen those tries, like, he was just like a prop, like standing 2-3 meters out and just, I'm going to run straight into you, and I'm going to use my legs to push myself over, and no matter what you do, I'm just going to bust through. That's what he did. Yep. Incredible power. I don't know where he gets it from. Supposed to be scoring pretty flashy tries, but not straight through the guts. So, yeah, big effort from him. For the outside backs, there were 4 guys who scored 2 tries. So if I picked all guys who scored 2 tries, I've got to have to leave 1 out. But to be fair, I've left 2 out because I've gone with 1 guy who scored 1 try, and that is Filippo Daugunu. So he scored a really great long-range try. It was just probably, in most weeks, it would be a try of the week candidate. But with Vince Arso's try from the Hurricanes, it maybe doesn't get that honour this week. But it was just a really great try, kind of coast to coast. So he had 9 runs, 134 metres, beat 6 defenders, made 7 out of 10 tackles. Fijian wingers often get criticised for not being able to tackle, but 7 out of 10 tackles compared to a lot of the outside backs generally is pretty good stats. Speaking of Fijian wingers, so Waisaki Naholo, 2 tries, 5 out of 5 tackles. Another good set of tackle stats for an outside back. 1 line break, 2 tackle busts, but man, his footwork on that try where he was just full tilt, kind of slowed down enough to kick the ball inside, cut inside, regather the ball and score. Not many guys can do that, and he did it, made it look really easy. So great stuff. For his other try where he was more just like kind of, catch and score, he faked out TJ Perinara as well to like he was going to put it down, and TJ went in for a dive to try and slap the ball out of his hand, but he lifted it back up, ran about another 5-10 meters closer to the sticks to try and help his kicker with the conversion. Kick still didn't go over, but it was a sneaky little play from him. And last guy on my team of the week. So no Aso, even though he scored 1 really great try. I've gone with Ben Lamb from the Hurricanes. So he scored 2 tries. His other stats weren't that great, like 2 out of 3 tackles, 8 runs for 19 meters is not that impressive. But if you've seen his tries, you know that probably both of them, like he had to show some amazing strength, athleticism, hand strength just to hold the ball as he was stretching his hand out so far. I think both of those tries, for the work the Highlanders did to defend him, I think most players don't score those tries, but he just managed to get them through. So that was kind of a difference maker in that game. Like 2 tries that the Highlanders, in most cases, stopped the other team from scoring, but he managed to break through. So I'm giving him credit for that, chucking him in the dream team for the week. So that's the team. Take 2 done. Hopefully this one works out all good. Let me know what you guys thought of the stars of that week and who you think might be there. As I said, there were so many good performances that it was kind of hard. I had to leave some guys out. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'll be having a look at the comments to see who you think. And yeah, I'll talk to you again for another one soon.